So should we just start off by saying that, you know, the standards are really falling. Jesus. I can't speak right. Eric's showing up late. Joe's making some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Showed up the exact time we agreed on. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nope. When you have a job, you show up 15 minutes early. Otherwise, you are late.
Yeah, but if I'm the boss,
Who said you were the boss?
No. That boss should be fired immediately.
No wonder why you were fragged in Vietnam.
anyway, I showed up at the exact time we said to go.
Maybe Mike. Maybe he didn't dodge Vietnam. Maybe he just showed up late. He showed up and was like, "Desert Storm, where am I?"
Why are you guys all in desert camo? We're supposed to be using woodland.
Yeah, why is it a desert storm? It's not even a desert.
Because you showed up late. You showed up to the wrong war, you piece of shit. God damn it.
I think we all showed up to the wrong war.
You stole it, get out of here, scatter.
Somos tres hombres que no son capaces de grabar sin cerveza.
Oh, hey, you're dummy thick, what's good?
Ching chong, meanwhile more meatball.
Joe clapping his ass cheeks. I'm harder as a motherfucker right now.
I didn't order no huevos. I wanted some eggs.
Relationship's like a fart. You gotta force it, it's probably shit.
Pilot podcast can be summed up as the physical definition of a fucking aneurysm.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in to episode 11 of the Insomnicast.
Are we already doing the outro?
Oh, so you're just gonna talk over the intro?
Yeah, no, that was an awful intro.
Well, welcome to episode 11 of the Insomnicast, a late night type talk show where we talk about a bunch of things that don't mean anything. I'm your one host. Oh, this is episode 11. Did I say that? I'm your one host, Eric, the Tribrid.
I feel like you're putting really a lot of heart in this.
We got to stop talking over me, man.
I just need to cut you off because I don't feel like you're putting too much heart into this.
I'm not in the mood.
I need to feel the energy, and I'm just not feeling the energy right now.
This is all the energy I got right now.
Wow.
So this is the first episode of 2021. I'm your one host, Eric. Along with me is Chris, Joe, and Mike. I'm not even gonna let them introduce themselves. You might recognize their voices, you might not. We got a good episode for you guys today. I got a long format for you. I do have a confession for my other hosts, though, that I did want to say.
You're finally coming out of the closet.
No.
You're not coming out. You're saving that for next year.
So whenever we discuss like the format for the next episode, I'll put together the formats and everything. But for all the reboots, actually, I think every episode format has been labeled as episode 11, and no one has caught on yet. And now we're finally at episode 11. So I have to own up to the fact that we've now gotten to the point that for 4 episodes or whatever, they all were labeled as episode 11. They came out with the correct episode number, but they were all listed as episode 11. Every single format I sent you guys.
Well, what's interesting is over here on the format, you say Chris has dementia, but I'm pretty sure I said a few episodes ago, is this episode 11? And then we discussed that it was actually episode 9. And yeah, I think maybe someone else is having some memory problems.
No, so you said, is this episode 11? So that was once, but then every single format has been episode 11. So you said it on one of them, but every single one said 11 at some point.
I feel like you haven't been paying attention, sir, or your mind is slowly being rotted away by your syphilis.
I mean, I usually don't listen whenever you guys talk.
We're not listening to anyone. Joe is not even paying attention.
What were you guys saying? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Jesus.
I mean, can I just file my taxes if we're just gonna do whatever and not, record this proper?
I'm currently writing a segment that I was supposed to write for this show right now, so,
We're all just waiting for Chris to write this segment.
Well, no, I'm just writing it as we go along here.
So, I just have to ask, since it is now January 2nd, how was everyone's New Year?
It was good. Jammed out a little bit with the guitar and drum player. So that was cool. Really made me want to get back into playing guitar. So I think, this year, I think we're covering this at some point later in the show. It might have been in the format, might have not been. I don't know. But as far as like things for 2021 that I didn't really do in 2020, kind of just getting back into playing music, playing guitar and whatnot. And then I actually spent some time after the ball dropped with Eric and Joe, and we destroyed some shit with some hatchets, and we fucking drank some beer and had some charcuterie, and Eric made some fucking peppers with some beef and cheese and onions in there. That was pretty good. And and I went home around 3 o'clock in the morning and went to bed.
You wet the bed?
No, went to bed.
Oh, okay.
It is a new year. So did you guys have? I know, Chris, you said you want to, get to do some stuff you haven't really done in 2020. Do any of you guys have New Year resolutions? Anything you want to do for the new year?
Yeah, I do.
I don't believe in resolutions.
Well, all right. Thanks for interrupting me, Chris. How about for your New Year's resolution, you'd stop interrupting people? Anyway, speaking about balls dropping, so when the ball dropped, I figured I would think about some New Year's resolutions. And the reality is, I've been working on my New Year's resolutions starting at the end of the year. So, because it's kind of bullshit to just wait for a day on the calendar to change to start doing what you want to do anyway. So I've been, as you guys know, I've been going to the gym a little bit more frequently, really burying myself into that, and also been trying to read more, and I started journaling as well. So yeah, I'm taking up more of my own time just for myself to write and be a little bit more creative. Not that it's necessarily like me writing fiction or comedy. It is just kind of me pen on paper writing, and I feel like there's a little benefit you can get from that.
Dear diary, today I saw 2 doves in the park.
If only I can write something so exciting.
Question: do you write erotica?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the details can be graphic, but I mean, it's only for me to see. So, I'm not trying to entertain anyone. It's just like me writing about past events or whatever's on my mind.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like that.
Joe, do you have a resolution you're going by?
One resolution is that I am going to take out 2 accounts of my student loans so I can put that to rest. And ideally, the goal for me for this year would be to do that, and probably, hopefully, the beginning of this time next year, I can have my own place. Ideally, I would like to have my own house or something, but hopefully go from there. And pretty much just like the one goal I have. The other goal I have is just with COVID fucking up last year, it's like I want to be more present with like my friends. So I have you guys, we have this, but I also want to do like some FaceTime, Portal, and all that to like just like catch up with like everyone to like just to see how they're doing and everything,
I'm sorry, Joe. I think it's a little ironic that you say you want to be a bit more present and you're fucking cooking during the goddamn podcast.
It's not my fault we scheduled during this time when I had to take my crock pot off and I need to make my vegetables.
Didn't you ask for the time to be now?
Yeah, you asked what time we were doing it.
Hey, well, shit, now the chicken's already in there. I got to make it now. I was going to deliver this to you guys with love, but I guess it's more for me.
It's okay. I wasn't interested in your chicken.
I mean, it's amazing that, 2 days into the New Year's resolution and you're already failing it.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't create resolutions. Number one, because I just don't, there's nothing about me that I want to change, because I'm already perfect in my own way. And, last year I didn't have a bad year. I was still doing stuff. I didn't really let what was going on really affect me too much, to the best of my ability. And going into 2021, it's just kind of like more of the same. Like, let's keep it going. Just keep ringing that bell, and there's nothing about me that I want to change because I don't think there's anything wrong with myself. So I'm just gonna keep going. Right on course.
Do you have a minute?
Have a minute? Why?
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean,
Are you about
I have
to?
a
Are you about
list.
to? Oh, you have a list. That's great. Here. Let me send you my email so you can send me that list of yours so I can promptly just put it right in the trash can.
How about a telegram?
Or you can send it to me in the mail so I can use it to wipe my ass if Rona just completely wipes out toilet paper from the grocery stores again.
Well, I was gonna send a strippergram,
That would be
but
fitting.
Huh.
A strippergram?
Yeah, a strippergram.
What's a strippergram?
It's like a telegram, but with a stripper.
Ah, but is the catch that the stripper has gonorrhea?
No.
Call for that again.
Don't worry, Joe. We have a whole nother ass eating segment for you coming up.
Oh my god. Well, so yeah, for my resolution, I was pretty much, just not going to be a disappointment anymore. I already failed that one, so we'll get them in 2022, boys. And that's the only reason why I added that segment to this episode.
Just to make that joke?
Yeah, I'm similar to Chris, though. I don't really do New Year resolutions. Like, you can always work on making yourself better. So I don't think, kind of what you said too, Mike, like it shouldn't be just one day of the year that is, you should just start doing things better. I think if you just continuously do it like a routine, it shouldn't be a yearly, like, here's one thing I'm going to do for the year. You should just always be looking to better yourself. So
I
don't really
mean,
set resolutions. I just kind of do it.
I think we're all on the same page. The only difference that I would maybe contend, and this is just my outlook on New Year's resolutions. I started doing resolution December, and I just progressed it forward until now. This way, by the time January does hit, I can.
But why start it to begin with? What's the point of a resolution that people? I mean, like every year, people are like, "Oh, new year, new me," and then they do this whole fucking bullshit about like, "Oh, I want to better myself in the new year," and yet every year it's, "I want to continue to, I just want to better myself and continue to better myself, and I just want to be better, and I just want to be better," and every year for their entire fucking existence, it's just, "I want to be constantly better, and I want to be better. I'm not good enough. I just want to be better than I am right now, and I am last year." Like if you can't just feel good about where you are and who you are and what you do, and this constant need to better yourself, and the fact that you need a year to do it, and every single year you need to set a resolution to make yourself better, I just feel like it's asinine to do so. Like, granted, you want to work out some more, you're going to do it for a couple weeks and then you're going to give up on it. This is what people normally do. If you're one of those people out there that set a New Year's resolution to start it in the new year, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to fail and you're going to feel like a piece of shit for doing it. So just don't do it. Don't set resolutions. Just feel happy that you're alive. Feel happy about where you are. If there's something that you want to change about yourself, then fucking work on it. But you don't need to say, "Oh, I'm doing a New Year's resolution because, I need to feel better about myself and do it like everybody else and conform to the rest of society because they feel like it's the right thing to do." But no, God damn it, I am so sick and tired of New Year's resolutions. The calendar changed. Nothing else changed. You woke up. If you didn't have a calendar, if you didn't know what year it was, if you didn't know the days.
I know you were doing a little bit there, but I have stuck with my New Year's resolution for 3 years now, or just about. I've been practicing martial arts for years, and that was a New Year's resolution. And I started New Year's Day going to the gym, and you all fucking saw me, uh, tell you guys that I was hating life for a bit, but I'm happy that I did it. I sweat out a shit ton of liquor on New Year's Day. So fuck you, Civ. Fuck you and your cynical, fucking bullshit ass outlook on light. You're fucking content, and you are a terrible person for being content. You should always better yourself. Fuck you. Fuck you on the horse that you rode in on. And fuck your smallpox.
Not very Diogenes of you. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, if you have a nihilistic outlook to life, what's the point? I get it.
And also, I don't necessarily like Diogenes. I'm more of a Camus fan. I like absurdism better.
But so here's the thing. if there wasn't a New Year's, let's say for example that we didn't celebrate the Earth traveling around the fucking sun, would you have would you have done what you did? Would you have created a quote unquote New Year's resolution and followed through with it like you have if there wasn't such a thing as celebrating the Earth traveling around the fucking sun?
Maybe not, because it wouldn't have given me the opportunity to
So you're just
look at my.
so
Hold on, you want me to answer the question, or are you gonna like cut me
well,
off
you
like
gave
not
me
even
your
before I
answer.
began?
You said probably not. You said probably not. You gave me your
Yeah, but
answer.
shouldn't I elaborate it, or are you just gonna like have me throw it out there?
No, this is a congressional hearing. I just get the answers that I want.
No, if we didn't have New Year's, like a day to celebrate it, I wouldn't have picked it up because I didn't think about life as much or in depth as I normally do around New Year's nowadays.
So so you specifically need a calendar on the day to be reflective and then to give you goals.
A calendar on the day, a day on the calendar.
Wouldn't it be days?
Fuck
Because I've said I usually start in December. Um, good to know that you're listening there, Civ. Maybe you should add that as well, along with not interrupting people.
Well, I mean, what he said does make sense to you. Even starting in December, you have a specific day of the year that you start it, and it's around the time that we complete a rotation around the sun.
And the only reason why you started it in December was because you wanted to get a head start on it in January, which when it would have started in the new year. So you would have already developed the habit.
Right, except for the fact that I started doing Muay Thai in February a few years ago. So it's not like a concrete, oh, I need to start in December. I start my habits usually around December, but I keep it flexible. And as long as I keep my goals in mind, um, and I achieve them throughout the year, then I can look back and say, like, yeah, I've made the best of this year. I mean, shit, I quit smoking in October, and that was a New Year's resolution early in fucking 2020. It took me that fucking long to kick the habit, but I still did it.
I'm specifically just getting at the fact that from what I'm getting, if we didn't celebrate the year changing, that there's a good chance you probably wouldn't have decided to do these things like quit smoking or get more into your martial arts and whatnot. And that the reason why you did it is, and the reason why many people do it is because it's just a thing that people get to say and to do. And now, granted, some people do follow through with it, like yourself, but the only reason why people do it is because the calendar changes. It's not because
I never
it's not
said
because
I
it's
never
not
said
because they
that.
specifically no. Well, no, because I asked
Now
you.
you're just
I said
putting words in my mouth.
no, I'm not, because you said I asked you. I said if we weren't celebrating the Earth traveling around the sun, would you have made that resolution to better yourself? And you said probably not.
Right.
Right. So tell me exactly where I misquoted you there.
I think you're putting words in my mouth and ideas into what I'm saying. But when you're saying that most people would also do it, because I'm also not generalizing most people. And the
Well, no,
way I look
do
at New
you set other goals throughout the year, or is it just new? Oh, it's a new year. I got to set a whole bunch of goals out, and those are the ones that I'm going to focus on. And by June, I'm just going to be keeping track of the goals I made in January, and I'm not going to create any new goals or kind of adapt with the times to better myself in a different way. I'm just gonna new year, new me, and then that's it. And then the new year, it's like, oh shit, well that didn't work. I'm gonna be reflective, and then I'm gonna change it up in the next year.
No, but that's a very binary way to look at it. If the only way if you're really going to grow is if you're willing to adapt to the current situation. And no one really could have predicted how the pandemic was going to affect us. But we all had to adapt to the situation. So learning how to change your own goals or make new goals and maybe have to put a pause in the goals that you had because of situations out of your own control is part of following through with New Year's resolutions. And if anything, I think New Year's resolution should be something that goes throughout the entire year. Like you should be able to set new goals as you accomplish new goals, or if something hinders you from accomplishing a certain goal and you cannot by your means accomplish it, then focus on something else at the time and put it on the shelf and wait for another day to do it. But know that you're going to accomplish it when things get better.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I just think the whole concept of New Year resolutions is just dumb.
I mean, generally, yeah, I would have to agree.
But hey, I'm here for the celebration to, give a day off of work and get drunk. Why not?
I just think people could find better ways to approach New Year's resolutions. But the reality of it is most people like to say that they have a New Year's resolution, but they will not follow through with it. That's just how it works.
Yeah, it's like going to a car dealership and getting a new car, and and then as soon as you get the new car, it loses its value as soon as you take it off the lot. As soon as you make a New Year's resolution, well, now it's like I don't want to do it anymore.
Right, and I mean it's hard. It is hard to do a goal. Just trying to especially trying to get more healthy and more fit. Joe is one person who can see me struggle throughout from the beginning. Because Joe was the person I worked out with when we were in college together. And Joe didn't let me quit either. And that's also a part of it. Some people, you have to surround yourself with people who won't let you quit a New Year's resolution.
Toughest day was we had scotch the night before, and then the next day was leg day. We still woke up and the only time we could do it was 7 a.m. And Mike and I chatted about that, saying like, listen, like, it's our school schedule tomorrow. Like we had classes, we had projects, we had work. And like something was coming up where it's like, if we want to go to the gym, we have to go like ask crack of dawn when they open up at 7 a.m. Like, all right, let's do this. And we were already a couple drinks in. I was like, let's keep going. We had scotch that night. So we showed up 7 a.m, did our thing, did legs, and then continued the rest of the day.
Yeah, I remember that. And I will say, like, it has not been an easy journey as well, getting healthier. But you have to keep with it. And you have to keep that mentality, whatever goal you chase. Not just getting fit, but whatever you want to do with your own life. So, and that's why New Year's resolutions are hard. Because it's hard to do a goal. Because if it was easy, everyone would do that thing that you want to do. All right, I feel like I've taken up a lot of time on New Year's resolutions.
No, it's good. You guys had a good conversation. I like I said, I put it in for the joke that I made 10 minutes ago.
Well,
I had nothing more to say on that.
Yeah, I just like being a cynical piece of shit.
I mean, I worked with it, man. I worked with it. I'll play devil's advocate with you.
Yeah, I just don't really. I just always am doing stuff differently. So
I just want to point out at the very beginning of that, after Eric got finished, and I said, one thing that I want to do this year is get back into playing music. And I started by saying I wanted to do something different this year, and then went on about other people being pieces of shit.
As you're
let's
talking,
see if you follow through with it.
Yeah, as you're talking, saying you don't like do it, or like why would you do something on one calendar year? I'm like, but you already said that you were gonna be doing something. Wait a second.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to be cynical civil there.
Well, you actually started the new year by playing music, didn't you?
Well, no, not really. I mean, like, I didn't. I was just kind of jamming out. I didn't actually play anything. I haven't played my guitar in Christ, I don't even know how long it's been. So if I even tried picking it up right now, I would just be dick.
I restrung my acoustic guitar in March or April and played Seven Nation Army, easiest song to learn, and then never picked it up again.
Yeah.
Well, once you learn Seven Nation Army, you don't need to play anything else.
Oh yeah, I didn't even like learn it on guitar. I learned it on bass guitar over a decade ago, and then picked up the guitar and was like, I'm pretty sure it's these chords, and then played it, and I was like, hey, look at that, I can do it. All right, and I just put it down, and haven't picked up my guitar.
So actually, it's if you can play Wonderwall, then you don't need to play anything else, because then you're just the life of the party.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
That reminds me of the Wayne's World. That reminds me of the Wayne's World bit though, where he's in a guitar shop, and he grabs a guitar and goes to start playing Stairway to Heaven. And one of the employees is like, nah. And he points to a sign and says, no stairway. And he's like, ooh, sorry. Because everyone will go into a guitar center or whatever and play Stairway to Heaven. And then that's it.
You know that's a rule at guitar centers?
What?
That is a rule at
Yeah,
certain
it's a
guitar
legit rule.
centers.
That was really.
I wouldn't be surprised though if they bought the signs just because of Wayne's World.
Oh, what a good movie.
I prefer the prequel.
Great movie.
The prequel? The
Yeah.
SNL bit?
No, Inglourious Bastards. He was a British spy, like a lieutenant or captain working under Winston Churchill. There's a whole scene with Mike Myers in it. He's credited.
Oh, yeah, he is. I don't remember that scene.
Yep. And in my mind, it's part of the Quentin Tarantino universe. So fuck it, prequel.
I don't know where to go from here, bud.
Well, I think that's a perfect segue to talk about the other great cinematic achievements, such as Air Bud.
Yeah, Joe, can you update us on the next installment of Air Bud? Air Budding around with Joe?
Where are we in discussing Air Bud in the cinematic universe?
There's always one dog that makes sure a kid doesn't get on the team. So now we bring you Air Bud 2 Golden Receiver. So pretty much for this one, first one, Air Bud plays basketball. We all remember from talking about that. Air Bud 2 Golden Receiver. So this is, of course, Golden Receiver, receivers in football. He's playing football. So it goes through the story when the kid, he's now a teenager and a basketball player. There's like a little bit, little drama and everything with like the family and relationships and stuff. But yeah, so it turns out like Buddy can not only like dunk a ball, but he's like really good at football. So he'll run out to the field because I can't think of a lot of high school kids that can outrun a golden lab catching a ball and shit. But it's whatever, go for it. So he has superior football skills and he's like fast running, because he's a fucking dog. He's got 4 legs. Dogs run really fast. Meanwhile, there's also like a whole like the stereotypical like Russian villains, like they're the protagonists of the shows and stuff. And they find them, and they convince the dog is like theirs now and everything and all that. And it's just, all the little drama shit and stuff. So fast forward, like Buddy goes through some stuff where it's like, oh, he's a great football player, but he's still like, oh, he's joining us. No, he's not. They're down to a championship game, and they are losing badly. Like, holy shit. So the bad Russian dudes like have the dog and a chimpanzee in a cage, but somehow they break out, they get away. And they get out from like the van and everything, kind of like in the first one. They escape the van, like get out of the cage and get away from the clown asshole. And now they're trying to get to the football game. So when they get out and escape, Patrick, like the kid that owns the dog and everything, the main actor, he takes Buddy to the game. Luckily, with help of Buddy, they catch up. And unfortunately, Buddy's taken out to subsequent injury. So he's like a little bit injured right now. So the team, what's the team? The Timberwolves, yeah. The pro team, the Timberwolves, are forced to finish the game without them. And guess what? They fucking win. It's a fucking great movie. Well, I mean, it didn't do well in box offices, but it's still a good, heartwarming movie. Dog plays football, gets taken away, of course, because of some fucking assholes. Whoever takes dogs away from people, can just eat a bag of dicks. When I say that, I'm not saying like eat the bag. I'm literally saying take each dick out one at a time and eat that bag, and then you finish eating that sack. So that's Buddy 2 Golden Receiver playing some football. I believe next week is the soccer one, so stay tuned, folks.
It's amazing how you can explain one thing to me, and I am just left with way more questions.
What's your question, buddy?
Why are there Russians in the middle of America? Why are they trying to steal this golden retriever?
I said Buddy as in the dog's name in the movie.
Why?
What?
That's the name in the Air Bud in the movie.
Is this the same dog who played basketball?
I have to figure out and see because the dog passed away because of some cancer.
I meant like in the movie. Is it the same
it's
dog?
supposed to be like the same dog. It's supposed to be 2 Russians in the hope and having to perform a special attraction for the Russian circus. that's when they want to get the dog.
Now, is this like some sort of Red Dawn nonsense? Like we got the Soviets trying to invade the United States, and they're hoping to use the sports prowess of Buddy to undermine American capitalist ways?
Probably.
What?
You know where
I
I'm
don't know,
going
man.
with
All I'm
this. This
saying
is just like Santa.
All I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, I'm a very simple person. Don't fuck with people. Don't fuck with dogs. All right, that's it. Ah!
What the fuck
But
just
I like-
happened?
The Russians got him.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we have a segment of the podcast that I have no idea what's going on.
It's been a few now that we brought it up. I don't know how you're on the back end. We're talking about the best cinematic universe, man.
So there's an age-old debate. It goes back to the very ye ancestors of time, of pizza developers, when they decided about toppings after getting past the traditional cheese, pepperoni, and just all sauce pizza, and in recent day, ye folk like to put pineapple on pizzas, name it Hawaiian, and put some fucking ham and shit on there, but generally just pineapple to begin with. And this has become a raging topic of debate, a debate among many Hawaiians, politicians, apparently some Russian oligarchs, and uncultured individuals who do not like to put pineapple on their pizza. And now I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Kroll, part of the popular Pineapple on Pizza party, and the not Pineapple on Pizza, strictly Italian party, Eric. And Mike, I'm going to open up the floor to you to begin with an opening statement on why pineapple belongs on pizza. You have 1 minute, and I have the timer going.
I'm gonna let you finish. You're wrong, but continue.
Oh, whoa! I open up the fucking floor for Mike. Mike, I'm going to give you an extra.
Let him finish. I said I'm gonna let him
I'm going to
finish.
give you.
I just simply said that.
No. I'm going to give you an extra 10 seconds, Mike.
All right. Thank you, Donald Trump, for interrupting me mid-debate.
Oh, that's all I have.
So, pineapple belongs on pizza because pizza can go on anything. Yep, pizza can go on anything. Put that on a t-shirt.
Excuse me, as the debate moderator, I have to please ask Eric to stop interrupting. Thank you, Mike.
I think debate moderators are supposed to be impartial. I'm just throwing that out there. They're supposed to be impartial, and your opening really lean towards one side of the argument. And really, a debate moderator shouldn't be picking sides at the beginning. They should be allowing themselves to just objectively listen to the arguments. But you lean into it
cutting
with the
into
wrong
Mike's
opinion.
time. You're just really
Are you saying that the media is biased?
Oh, I'm not allowed to respond to your questions. It's your time to talk.
All right. Are you gonna let me talk? There we go. Okay. You should be able to put whatever you want on pizza. Pizza's good. Pizza is democratic. It is the people's food. Whatever makes you feel comfy with, put it on the pizza. Do we all necessarily have to agree with your choices? No. But we all have to respect it. That's the American way. Since pizza is clearly an American food, we all need to come together and accept pineapple as another flavor that we can put under the umbrella tree. Or the umbrella pie, if you will. Umbrella pie? Pineapple pie. Pineapple pizza pie. Holy shit, I've been drinking.
Well, anyway, Mike, I just had to say that
There
was
we
a
go.
fantastic opening statement from the cultured part of the debate. Eric, you now have the floor for the uncultured side.
All right, so this debate's already skewed because the moderator's fucking wrong. The other guy debating is fucking wrong.
Can we
and I
also,
can tell you're wrong, and the
when you
reason you're
introduce
wrong
him,
is
when you
because you're wrong.
introduce him,
Donald Trump, please calm down.
When you introduce him, please remind the audience that he is not living in New York. He has lived in New York for a smaller amount of time as the person who is in favor of pineapple on pizza.
We'll get to this in the cross. We'll get to this in the
But
cross part of the
Are you
debate.
Italian? Let me hear that. Are you Italian? No. Fuck off with your pizza opinions. Nah.
Excuse
this is
me.
my culture.
Excuse
This
me.
is what I eat.
This is my debate.
My
I'm the
people
moderator.
made this.
Goddammit.
Chris is the master debater.
Am I going to get a rebuttal or opening statement, or are we just going to talk over me? I let Mike speak. I let Mike speak. I didn't cut him off once. If you listen back, I didn't say one single thing the entire time he was talking. And now I'm being berated in this debate where I'm right.
Mr. Trump, will you please? Now, before this debate, both of your campaigns agreed to these rules, and you've both been breaking these rules by cutting off each other. Mr. Trump, you've been doing it more so than Mr. Kroll over here. So please finish your opening statement, and then we'll get into the cross section of this debate.
I will debate that you're wrong, because pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Keep your fucking fruit off my goddamn pizza. The only fruit that goes on pizza is tomato, and that's in the sauce. Which gets me to, sauce shouldn't be fucking sweet. If you make pizza and it's got sweet sauce, you're not a fucking pizzeria. You're a fucking bakery, and stop making pizza because you suck at it. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. You can put anchovies on pizza. You can put onions. You can put garlic. You can put olives. You can put make a supreme. Put everything on there except not soil. My pizza was sweet. That is not.
Well, that was a very hate-filled opening statement. Now we're going to open the floor to the cross part of the debate. Mike, would you like to start with a 30-second cross of Eric's opening statement?
I mean, it just doesn't surprise me that one of the Trumps would be coming out so hateful. He's been spreading division for the past few years now, and really, pineapple pizza and pizza in general brings us all together. We can all share the 8 slices of the pie. So why you have to?
For me.
Excuse me. Can we deal with the audience?
No, sorry. Will the audience please hold any applause and noise until you're taking precious time away from the audience to be able to hear the debaters present their cases and their policy points on the important, deathly topic of pineapple on pizza. So, Eric, your attempt to cross.
I don't care what you fucking say. It's not a democracy. This is fucking pizza, man. Mussolini, this bitch. There's no pineapple on that goddamn fucking pizza. I refuse to accept that. It's not real. You're not doing it. You're destroying pizza. Throw that shit in the trash. If it comes to my door, I'm throwing it right the fuck out. I'm not picking that shit off. That's gross. I don't have pineapple particles on that cheese. Nope. No, thank you.
So now we're going to open up to the part of the debate of the moderator asking some questions. Eric, I want to direct my first question to you. Why is your stance on pineapple pizza so divisive? A lot of hateful rhetoric coming out of your campaign about pineapple being on pizza in recent weeks leading up to the final weeks of the election season here. Just kind of why is your stance on pineapple pizza just so divisive for the public?
I'm going to open up with you're wrong. Because it's not divisive. It's just truth. The truth is pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Don't put that shit on there. It's not something that I'm using as a weapon. It's just a fact in the known world. All these fucking millennials and Gen Zers out there are like, oh yeah, pineapple on pizza. This debate didn't fucking exist 10, 20 years ago. And now everyone's like, oh yeah, it's going to be on the menu now at a pizzeria. Fuck you. No, I don't want your pineapple. Take it off the menu. Make it a secret menu option. I don't even want to fucking see that shit printed on something.
So, my follow-up question is for Mike, and I'd just like to remind the audience, whoever brought their dog, please take it outside. Dogs were not allowed in this venue. I don't know how it got in, but anyway, so Mr. Kroll, in Eric's question there, he said that 10, 20 years ago, the pineapple pizza debate was not existent, that this is all millennials and Gen Zers. And our fact checkers actually just brought up the fact that Hawaiian pizza was developed in 1962.
Fake.
So what is what
news.
is what is your response to the what is your response, Mr. Trump? Would you please stop interrupting the moderator?
If you're going to bring false facts to a debate that you're clearly siding on a different side for, then I think you gotta get Snopes on this bad boy, and you gotta fact check it, because I think your facts are wrong.
Okay, well, we'll present the facts for the audience. But anyway, Mr. Kroll, 1962 was when Hawaiian pizza was invented. Why is Eric wrong, and why is his divisive rhetoric on pineapple pizza so destructive for our country?
Well, I think the real issue that we have here is Eric did bring up a good point that he is not like Eric Trump. He does have an IQ higher of 70, but saying you have an IQ of 71 still doesn't make you a genius in the eyes of the Ivy League and the Academy.
So now we're just gonna attack someone.
Oh, are you going to let me speak, sir? Are we
I'm just gonna say, in a civil debate, and our moderator's civil, so I thought this was gonna be civil. We weren't gonna attack each other personally, but if we're
he is the master debater, and you still cannot abide by his rules. Please, sir. Anyway, really, this sort of rhetoric is just appealing to the lowest common denominator, just like the number 71. And anyone who has a similar IQ. Let's just leave it at that. You have someone who is in favor of Benito Mussolini and the Italian way of doing things around that time, as opposed to being open to new ideas and the hippie culture that came about in the 1960s in America, especially the new estate in America. But only those who want to divide us would only like to keep things back in the 1930s and 1940s. And this is why we cannot accept such harsh, dogmatic ideals, such as pineapple not being on pizza.
Before we get to the closing statements, the fact checkers would like to direct both of your attentions to the InPod chat, where the fact checkers posted the Time.com article about the man who invented Hawaiian pizza dying back in 2017, and how Sam Panopoulos, who was born in Greece and moved to Canada, actually developed the pineapple pizza. Now,
what a fake name! That's a fake name. Eric, I'm sorry. His name is Panopoulos. That is not a real man. This is subjugated.
Eric,
this is false. This guy is a fake man. He's an alien with a lizard face. That's lying.
Mr. Trump.
Panopoulos. Pineapple on pizza, Panopoulos. This is a fucking conspiracy.
So anyway, Eric, I know you are very fond of Canada with shows like Letterkenny, sports like hockey, and pastimes like drinking beer. And of course, I assume you like maple syrup as well. If not, this is a debate for next round. But you're seeing that this man was born in Greece and moved to Canada, and pineapple pizza then had some affiliation with both of those countries.
Greece is not Italy; it's Greek. It's Greek country. Just gonna.
So are you saying that all Greek food is not good?
No, I love Greek food, but
are you going after?
He should not be making rules on Italian food. And to move even further, an earlier point that my debatee or whatever you call them, Mike made, was that it's America and it's American pizza and you should be able to put whatever you want on it. This motherfucker's from Canada. That's Canadian goddamn pizza. That's not pizza. It's trash. Throw it out.
So so just before we get to the closing statements, you're talking about it's not Italian food, correct? And because of that, it's not pizza. Is that what I'm gathering from your statement, sir?
It's the gist. You've made it simpler than what I said, but sure.
So then, what is your stance on pasta?
Why?
Pasta's not an Italian food.
How's it not Italian? It's Italian American.
Pasta was introduced to the Italians from the Far East after Marco Polo introduced pasta to Italy after traveling to the Far East. It has originations in Asia.
Noodles have originations in Asia. Tomato sauce with noodles is Italian.
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know this is
Wait. So
poor
are you
conduct, but tomatoes came from the Americas, so Italians didn't have access to it until at the least, being the most generous, 1492.
All right.
I'm
well,
sorry,
I'm
I
gonna
was
move on without
educated on the
moderator's
Columbian
permission.
Exchange.
Oh, and gentlemen, just so I can point out, dough comes from has originations from Egypt. So Italians making pizza and Italians making pasta, they have originations from other countries.
You're saying these things have
And so what you're
originations from
saying is
places. No, you're saying they have
no,
originations from
what you're
places, but they
Mr.
weren't
Trump,
made.
Mr.
Sir,
Trump,
sir,
will you
sir,
please
can I
stop
finish the thought
interrupting the
process?
moderator?
Can-
No,
can-
you
I
are not letting me
constantly am trying
finish.
to make
You
good
are not
points.
letting me.
I'm
Mr.
trying to make
Trump,
good points.
I am the moderator of this debate.
I'm trying to make points this entire time, and both you and the other host are cutting me off.
And Mr. Trump, please stop interrupting the moderator and your debate.
When you stop interrupting
opponent.
me, when you stop.
No,
interrupting
you
me,
interrupted me when I was
I have
making
not.
the
I have
point.
been the perfect debater.
No,
this
you've
entire
not been
time.
perfect at all.
I've been
Anyway,
the best candidate on this stage, representing
No.
myself and my side clearly, coherently, and intelligently. And you have been undermining my thoughts every step of the way, cutting me
well, your
off,
thoughts
not
are
letting me
wrong,
finish a sign of
incorrect,
thought.
and false, and very divisive and dangerous for the country to be considering that only Italian pizza should be considered pizza. And I feel like that's very divisive and racist. Anyway, Mike, your closing statement.
I just want to conclude with the revelations we had by the fact checkers, and the I want to thank not only the audience for being great listeners and wanting to participate in this process. Thank you for listening and abiding by the rules, and then thank you also to my lovely opponent. He's brought in some really good points, and I think we all need to show a level of respect and decorum, even when we fail to adhere to those standards ourselves.
Wow.
And then lastly, I would like to thank the moderator and fact checker, for he has done a lovely job of just inserting himself when he needed to.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words and your wisdom on this topic. And Eric,
I would just like to conclude though that the past revelations have shown us that pizza didn't originate in Italian provinces, in Italian city states. They originated here in America. In pineapple on pizza originated in Canada, which is part of the Americas. So I would like to contend that the best thing we need to do to unite the world is to just accept that pineapple can go on pizza and stop hating one another. We need to come together and enjoy life.
That was very inspiring, Mr. Troll. And Mr. Eric, you now have the floor for your closing statement.
So I'm going to start off with this has been rigged since the beginning. The moderator and the other person debating have been constantly in cahoots talking about this. Before the debate even started, we were to come to the floor with all of our arguments, but they've been working behind my back to shut down my opinion and make it sound wrong. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. And if you want to go fact checking and stuff, you can look up an article from April 29th, 2019. Good old Master Chef Gordon Ramsay actually says pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, therefore it does not belong on pizza. Tomato sauce is acidic, food is an acidic food, and so is pineapple. Too many acidic foods at once might melt your fucking insides. So, to take it from the smartest chef I know, personally, professionally, you know, we've done a lot of work together. Gordon Ramsay says it doesn't belong on pizza, and you're wrong if you go against Gordon Ramsay. He is a master chef, and you are not. So just throwing it out there, that is a true fact. I will post it in the in-pod chat so you can see this fact. That is real. That exists. Gordon Ramsay says it doesn't belong on pizza. I say it doesn't belong on pizza. Stop putting fucking pineapple on pizza. One final thing, my fellow debater thanked me for having good arguments and everything. I just want to say thank you for bringing nothing to the table. I learned nothing today, and I refuse to accept your opinion. I think it's wrong, and it'll always be wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. I actually brought pineapple pizza to the table because that's what everyone should be eating. And if you would like to starve with your chef, be my guest. Because, you know, some of us don't like to just listen to one opinion. We like to accept other opinions. But I guess if you like to follow in the steps of Mussolini, you're more than welcome to do that.
Are you calling Gordon Ramsay Mussolini? Because I think that, sir, is a British man who is a master chef, makes amazing foods. And
all I'm saying
Mussolini for agreeing with the fact that pineapple does not belong on pizza, even bringing the science down on you, that it has too many acidic qualities to be on pizza and can kill you from the inside out. So you're telling people to poison themselves by eating pineapple pizza.
Sir, you're just putting words in my mouth, and I think you are
I'm
treading dangerous waters. You're causing
the words I'm putting in your mouth. They are.
I just want to point out
pineapple pizza you're trying.
You're causing division.
I would just like to point out that one of the articles that talks about pineapple pizza being too acidic is an opinion article. It's not actual research, it's an opinion article. But anyway, gentlemen, I'd just like to thank you for your time and providing your opinions and viewpoints on
time.com. It was from time.com. A .com? You're getting your facts from a .com? Are you kidding me? You're going to talk about
shut up, man.
Are you questioning the validity of time.com?
Is where you're going to host it? Okay, all right.
Are you done? Thank you. So anyway, I'd just like to thank the debaters for coming here today, especially Mr. Kroll for presenting his very popular and very cultured and
fake news,
great non-divisive viewpoints on the topic of pineapple being on pizza.
And
thank you
in the comment section and tell me I'm right.
Thank you, Mr. Aerrick, for showing up today and being yourself. And thank you to the audience for tuning in, and we'll see you next week at the next debate. Thank you very much.
Debate 2020. Oh, 2021. Fuck!
Fuck it, leave it in.
So, with me today, I have one of the audience members, Mr. Long. And Mr. Long, we're on Zoom today. Hello. I believe you're muted currently. You just tuned into the debate. What was your takeaway from the debate? What was kind of your first initial thought?
Yeah, I don't know. Both arguments had good points, good facts, good supports. With Gordon Ramsay and articles and stuff. I just honestly another goal of mine this year is the fact that, you know what? People are going to have their opinions, and I'm going to do what I do with my opinion. I'm just going to pour it in a glass and drink it and shut the fuck up and keep it to myself.
Before the debate, were you leaning towards enjoying pineapple on pizza or towards not having pizza on pineapples? Or God damn it.
I know what you meant, buddy.
When you came into this debate before it started, do you like pineapples on pizza or did you not like pineapples on pizza?
I do like pineapple on pizza.
And after listening to the two debaters, has your stance changed?
No, because I will still eat pineapple Hawaiian pizza because I get ham and pineapple. I will not, however, eat broccoli on pizza.
I mean, can we really trust a man whose palate refuses to accept ass into his diet?
We're gonna have to cut this interview. This guy isn't qualified. I wonder if Gordon Ramsay eats ass. I feel like he does.
Okay, all right. Here's Just where my mind instantly went. His wife bent over or whatever. It's like, oh, we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of parsley on there.
I thought the
and
same
a
thing.
little bit of salt or pepper on there, and you just go right.
So I have a picture. I need to find it, but it's of Gordon Ramsay.
Well, you pull up that picture. I did when we finished the debate. I did pull up Facebook just because I was like, what's going on over here? And someone posted a picture of a T9 keyboard from flip phones. I figured this would be a good topic to bring up. Did you guys used to have like flip phones and texting back in like the early 2000s?
Yeah, but my mind is still on the fact that Gordon Ramsay is probably yelling at someone for the lamb sauce when he's eating his wife's ass, and then he slaps it and he's like, "It's fucking raw."
I can't put the shit in my mouth.
Yeah, I just posted it in the.
I've seen that. Yeah. There's a comic. If you look up, probably I don't know.
Oh wait,
Gordon
did I post it in the
comic.
wrong one?
Yeah, you posted it in format shares. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah. You know, I had a flip phone in middle school, and that was actually my first phone that I got when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. And the only reason, or it might have been 8th grade. No, it was 6th grade. And it was number one because I would stay after school because I was in the jazz band as their youngest guitar player. We actually won state championship that year.
I was in the orchestra and band too, man. So
yeah, well, I mean, like, hey, we won states, best jazz band in the state that year. But
nice.
Yeah, we didn't like one of the songs we played wasn't even a jazz song. It was "Oye Como Va" by Carlos Santana, and I played bass.
That is
like
a jazz song.
Is it really? I feel like it isn't.
Santana is considered jazz, like Latin jazz, but it's jazz.
Yeah, I guess I can see it as Latin jazz.
But I ran track and was in band and stuff in high school and played hockey and all that. So I had a phone number so I could text my siblings to pick me up after school or whatever. When I was in middle school, so probably like middle school. Geez, what was that? Probably 2000. Hold on.
Mine was 2007.
8th grade. 2006 to 2008. 2005 to 2008. Because I was in 5th, 6th, and 7th. Or sorry, 6th, 7th, 8th middle school. And with me, I'm one of the generation, I think, Joe, you're the same, is whatever year the school year ended with was the year you were in. So like first grade ended in 2001. And second grade ended in 2002. So it's pretty funny. I can always know what year I was in a certain grade because of that.
That's how I remember.
Someone posted with T9 texting. It's a language that is dead now because everyone has full keyboards on their cell phones. But someone posted only certain people will understand this, and it's 666-55 space 22-666 or 666-666-6-33-777. Now that's a lot. I'm not gonna make anyone like think of the T9 keyboard. I'll just tell you it says "Okay, Boomer" in T9.
I figured Sid would have had that memorized since autism.
Right. But so I can translate T9 fairly quickly. So I saw someone post this meme that said that, and my comment on it was instantly 555-666-555, which is LOL. I could talk at T9 all day. That's why I asked if you guys had flip phones. A little showing of the age there.
No, I had it, and also aside from staying after school with the jazz band, the other reason why my parents got me one is because I believe there was a failed Columbine in my school district at one point.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
How long did they keep you out of school?
No, it wasn't at my school. It was at the high school. I was at middle school at that point.
Oh, why were you going to a high school?
No. I was in middle school. It was at a high school.
So my middle school and high school were at the I don't know if yours was like this, Chris. Mine were actually in the same like area. Like they were literally like the same parking lot and everything. It was just two buildings on a giant plot of land that were right near each other. One drive, and like the first when you turn in the loop, you pass the high school first, and you go around the bend, and then you pass the middle school I went to.
Yeah, that's the way it is with a lot of different schools. I know Springfield Township is like that with their middle school and high school. Mine was
it's cheaper for the bus system too, to be honest, because it's the same buses. They pick up the high school kids, and then they pick up the middle school kids after they're done with that.
Yeah, so mine was the two that were in the same like vicinity was the 4-5 school and the high school. And the elementary school was maybe like a block away that I went to was a block away from the 4-5 school, and then after that I had to go I had to fucking hike to middle school, and then high school I came back to basically like a block away from my a couple.
Oh,
blocks
that's
away from my
interesting
house.
that you went 2 years near the high school, then different place, then back to the same buildings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's interesting. So, but with mine being close like that, when I was in middle school, if there were ever like bomb threats or whatever, where like the high school is going on lockdown, because we were in such close proximity to it, we would all have to go out to the fields where like you would do recess and stuff. So like if there's ever a threat to either school, both schools would be evacuated. And surprisingly, I lived like post 9/11 too. I was in middle school in New York, and that shit happened like on a weekly basis. Someone would call something in like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like just the time period, it's just kind of crazy that would happen all the time. Like especially post 9/11, it was just insane. So I was a frisbee kid. I like grew up playing frisbee, all the time, ultimate frisbee and shit. So whenever we'd evacuate, I would just take my frisbee with me. I'd always have it in my backpack, and then like we'd be outside, and the teachers would be yelling at us for tossing the frisbee around. And I'm like, dude, we're just keeping ourselves occupied. Like, worry about the kids who are freaking out and crying and shit. Like, we're outside, so we're just gonna toss a disc around for a little bit. Like, we're already outside. We're not bothering anyone. We're keeping ourselves occupied. We're not causing any problems. Like, why is this a problem for people? I think I had like 3 frisbees confiscated at some point because they were like, stop doing this. And I'm like, at least I'm keeping like 20 kids occupied while you guys can focus on the rest. Like, and one teacher can come over and watch us to make sure we're not fighting. Like, that's it.
I can't help but imagine when the teacher's like, "Hey, what are you doing over there, kid?" You put your head your hat sideways, you put your sunglasses on, and you're like, "Check this shit out." And then you throw the frisbee into the school, and then you disarm the bomb, and then everyone cheers.
And then I just walk away, and the school still explodes like a cool CSI move, and all of a sudden you just hear, oh, I cut out. Yeah!
Is that part of the Airbud cinematic universe? You're throwing a frisbee with a dog?
Only.
CSI Miami universe. Put on my sunglasses and walk away from an explosion. Super cool, like.
So I do see this also on the format, and I figure we can segue into this real quick. On the Swivel News, Russian teacher sends student to the gulag.
Yes.
And since Aerrick, you got sent to Cuba, I figure you can bring us some firsthand experience as well.
Today is January 2nd, 2021. This is your special news report with Chris Civil. It's a weekly update of something that may have happened over a week ago. Today, we have great topics coming up about Russian teacher sending a student to gulag. Chris, you're live from your home studio. Take it away.
Thank you, Eric. A court in St. Petersburg, Russia sentenced a teacher, Oleg Sokolov, to 12 years in prison after murdering and dismembering a female student lover. The court obviously found him guilty after prosecutors only recommended a sentence of 15 years for the killer teacher. As it turns out, prosecutors were impressed with the teacher's ability to leave such an impression on his students that he got jail time while she pieced herself together in the gulag. That's the news, and that's how I'm telling it.
Wait, what? What the? What? I'm sorry, I could not track that news story at all. And now weather from fucking wherever. I don't know whether or not that was a news segment or what the fuck I just listened to.
Yes, this is Seymour Clavage out here in the field. As you can see, we are having a nice clear night.
Only 3 Russian teachers have been dismembered in this field. It's a good night here. In the Clavage, whatever you said.
No, my name is Seymour Clavage. I am Mr. Clavage to you.
Mr. Clavage, what field are you currently standing in?
I'm in a hilly area. There are several lumps. 2 large lumps, to be precise.
Do you happen to be in the rice paddies?
No. That's Vietnam. We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm sorry, I don't know where we're going with this segment.
Confuse you all with that?
So, yeah, what? All right, so the kid murdered another student.
No. The teacher was fucking a student, killed her, cut her up in pieces, and then the prosecutors only wanted to put him in jail for 15 years. Now, he was like 64. Yeah, so the teacher killed the student. So the 64-year-old or so teacher killed the 20-year-old or so student, murdered, dismembered her body, and then got sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison. So that was the joke, that the prosecutors were impressed about the impression he left on his students, and she got to piece herself together in the gulag because, dismembered everything.
I'm so confused still.
Can you draw a diagram?
Through the gulag. I'm lost here. But that's insane. That's a wild news story.
Wait.
Yeah. Hey, got a laugh. That's all I was going for.
Joe, you've spent time in the gulag. Can you tell us, did you meet a teacher there?
No. The teacher didn't go to the gulag. The girl went to the gulag. He went to jail.
Why did she go to the gulag?
Because she got killed.
It's a Warzone reference. She died, so she went to the gulag.
Oh.
That's where I was lost. Now I'm picking it up. Because in the format, Chris has it written, Russian teacher sends student to the gulag. So I was so confused, like, okay, but wait, what? Like, I thought the student killed someone.
Yeah, I thought the student ended up getting, like, legitimately sent to a gulag in Russia.
But yeah, so she's just piecing herself together down there. Because, she got dismembered. But yeah, wild that you can kill someone, cut their body into little pieces, and then fucking only get 12 years in jail. And
yeah, but it's a Russian prison.
Yeah? So what?
Like, Russian prisons are no joke, man.
Yeah, I think because like 12 years in a Russian prison is like if you survive that. Because think about it, he dismembered someone, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who've done worse than that too.
And he's a teacher. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some criminals who have problems with their teachers. In Russia.
He was a pretty popular guy.
I can't believe, was this the first time he did it? Like, do they just know about the one?
Oh, I think it was just the one. I mean, they were just romantically involved, and look, I made a swan. Nope, it's not a swan anymore.
Nice.
It's a swan again.
Hey Joe, are you drunk? I'm gonna take those rosy cheeks as a yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So for the listeners, Chris and Joe have their cameras on, and Joe just smiled, and now he's raising his eyebrows seductively.
This is like my 7th drink tonight.
Joe also has no pants on.
That's not true. I have shorts on.
Shorts are not pants. Shorts are not pants. Shorts are shorts.
They are not pants. You're correct. They're not pantaloons.
Yeah.
All right. I think here might be a good place.
I speak a different language. Do not let me start speaking Spanish. I swear. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
All right, I can't understand you. I can't speak
La
Latin.
biblioteca. Mi amo es T-Bone. Les araña es discoteca. Oh, fuck. I don't know the rap.
Why are you guys speaking Portuguese?
Yeah. Can we actually speak Vietnamese?
I speak to the trees.
Okay, Lorax.
Say fuck you.
Anyway.
What do you have against trees, Joe?
Nothing. It was a Lorax reference.
So, in one of the next topics, it says getting trolled by AI. And it says something about last week's... It says something about last week's episode fuckery. But I think what we should really address is last night, after we recorded a special edition of the podcast, Aerrick dropped a massive bombshell that robots are humans. And I feel like we should unpack this.
His correct phrase was robots.
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 And which I then rebutted by saying is a dildo a human? In which case the dildo would not be consenting to being shoved in Joe's ass.
Well, I mean, its primary function.
Joe has consented to it.
No.
So there is a theoretical line of evolution that exists where humans have evolved to the furthest point that we can possibly be evolved to. Currently, biologically, we have evolved to the highest point of being intelligent, sentient, upright walking beings. there's a thought process in there that our next step in the line of human evolution is to begin augmenting the human experience through biomechanical, means like, optics, like electrical eye optics to record things, metal arms, metal legs. You can see right now with with the amputees, there are, I don't know why I did blah, blah, blah for that. With amputees, they do currently have a lot of like mechanical things that you can like connect something to someone's arm. If they're missing their arm, you can connect something to it and they regain physical control of like fingers that are attached to it. And there's some basic mechanical ones that are like simply wires and stuff that like when you move your elbow and stuff, it'll bend the fingers and all that. Or whatever part of your arm is left, there's certain muscles you can move that'll help you like bend and move things. There's, a lot of like biomechanical stuff that we're getting to with the human race, that we're now creating mechanical versions of ourselves as a part of evolution. And robots are the next step in human evolution, where we now create a sentient AI intelligence that can learn for itself, which, yes, it's just going to be a script that if this fails, then I'm going to learn this, or if this fails, I'll learn this. And it can run the script 1,000 times in a second, that if the outcome isn't what they want, it keeps running it until it gets the correct outcome to learn from that. So, like, even learning AI is a specific way. But once humans create robots, which we already have robots in factories and stuff that do a lot of the work that humans used to do, they are now another creature. They are another type of humanoid body. They have a thought process. Currently, I don't know if we have fully sentient ones. I know there's one that walks around, and she was on a talk show. I forget what her name is, but there's a artificial robot AI that on a talk show said she wanted to have a baby. And they were like, oh, God, what the fuck? But robots are the next step of human evolution. So robots are humans in a sense. They are a humanoid living creature that if you treat poorly, I've read a shit ton of sci-fi, it's going to be the end of the human race. So they are in their own sense humans. They are the next step in human evolution.
So what about penile prosthesis?
So penile like prosthetics on like a human, that's still your genitalia. Like if you have a prosthetic on you. I think your argument was like a dildo's a robot. It's really not a robot. Not everything with an on-off switch is a robot.
Really? Because I have an on-off switch called the prostate.
What about those like Hitachi AI toys that can be programmed and learn what satisfies you?
Yeah, I don't know about those. Can you enlighten me on what those are?
It's exactly that. It learns what works with you, what doesn't, and
Being that Hitachi-
you put it on your little dangly dang, and then it makes happiness come out.
It makes a penis come out. I don't know much about that. I can't speak to full form about AIs that learn
That
way.
is a robot, but according to you, some robots with sentience are human. So,
right.
Since
so
this
yeah,
is a
so,
learning being,
technically,
just
so no, I know. So what you're saying is, I instantly think of Rick and Morty. There's an episode where he makes a robot to pass butter, and it's the same thing. It's, oh, here, I'm going to put this cock ring on me that's AI, and it goes and looks at you and goes, what is my purpose? And you go, to make me come. And it's like, oh, fuck.
So I just want to point out to the audience that during the debate, Aerrick cited an opinion article, and now he is citing a cartoon show.
I am keeping it current
Mr. Musk.
for the listeners and
Mr.
relatable.
Musk.
I'm keeping it relatable for people. I'm not saying a cartoon show is scientifically factual.
Here I was,
please get out of the sci-fi
bringing
world and
about-
come back to reality.
we were talking about Diogenes and Camus when I was talking about New Year's resolutions, and here he is talking about fucking Rick and Morty.
I'm not talking about fucking Rick and Morty. I'm talking about Rick and Morty.
Whatever you say, Summer.
So anyway, to bring my intellectual thought back to intellect and not about sex toys, robots are the next stage of human evolution, and that's where we're heading.
All right, I'll be sure to tell my washer that you are the next step. Please continue washing, Michael.
But no, Mike, just kind of building off of your washing machine comment, Just like talk about a spin cycle. Am I right? Just imagine like a car dealer selling a washer and dryer machine to a customer like Eric, who just kind of wants to adopt a human, and by adopting a human, I mean washer and dryer, and the guy just slaps it and is like, this bad girl gets wet with the push of a button. Just crank her up and set your load size, and you're good to go.
Sir, I'm adopting a daughter, and you just told me that my daughter gets wet with the push of a button. I don't appreciate you talking to my daughter that way, or me, her now new father.
I think really Eric's main problem here is he, like Ben Shapiro, cannot get a woman wet.
That's why he's adopting a washer. I get it now.
Medically impossible.
This is kind of like that movie where the guy gets really emotionally attached to the computer.
Her.
Yeah.
No.
No. Him, not her. Him.
No.
No.
Movie's called Her.
No, it's with the same actor, but it's not called Her.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, Gladiator. There we go.
Saving Private Ryan. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's about time to wrap up. I think it's been a good episode. Want to thank all the listeners who are listening. Thanks, guys. We see you guys who do actually recurring listen to our podcast. We appreciate it. If you could like us, you can even comment and shit, subscribe, all that nonsense. The pandering that you do with podcasts at the end. That was really not energetic, but really seriously, thanks for all the listeners who do listen to us. We appreciate the support you give us, even though it may be a few of you, but it's great to have some people who like to listen to us weekly. We, late night type talk show, the Insomnicast. We do this on what we're trying to do a weekly basis. Chris mentioned it, or Mike might have mentioned it earlier in the podcast. We did a special episode on New Year's Day going into January 2nd. So we actually did one before this one. We'll release as a special episode. At some point, we don't have like a Patreon or anything, so it's not like you have to pay extra for it. It's just going to be a special of us just drunk on the first day of the new year. Just having some good conversations and some good stuff. So be on the lookout for that. This might come out before then, probably after it. We'll see. Depends on just our editing schedules. But I am your one host, the Tri-Bird Trifecta from the tri-state area, Triceratops. Eric. Wow, I just burped during that. And I'll pass it off to Chris to give us a nice little closer.
Hey, it's a new year, everyone. It's a chance for you to be a new you and do your whatever you do. And yeah, that's all I got. If you want to follow me, that's cool. Instagram, social media, Snapchat. Feel like you have your ass eaten. I'm your guy. But anyway, have a fantastic start to your year, everyone. Let's make 2021, let's just build on the progress we made in 2020 and 2021. So many great things happened in 2020 that we just need to keep building on in 2021. And I'm just so excited to be here along with all of you, not only the individuals on this podcast, but also the ones that are listening. And I hope you all enjoy this. I love you all. I hope when we do our fan favorites in the middle of the summer at some point, you guys vote for me. Joe, take it away.
All right, listen up, Insomniacs. Like Chris said, like we all said in the beginning of the year and all, I haven't given a speech in 3, 4, fucking 5 episodes. Listen up. Avoid toxic shit. Do not get brainwashed by all this, you can do and everything. At the end of the day, do what you want to fucking do. Alright? And you know what you got to do? Take the best advice from everyone that you learn, everyone that you grow up with and everything. At the end of the day, you need to do what is best for you.
Sorry.
It's only day 2 into this new fucking year, and you know what? It's going great. But you got to remember, you want something, work for it, find out what you can do for it, and if not, still figure out a way to go for it. But thanks for listening. Get ready for a new speech I have. I'm going to keep it a little bit of hush-hush right now, but thanks for listening. Stay safe. Stay great. Kill it.
Mike, can I just I just want to cut you off. I made a noise during Joe's closing, and I want to apologize for it. I ripped the nastiest fucking fart of 2021 2 days in, and I gagged, and that was the noise I made in the middle of Joe's speech. I was like, ah! I'm like, sorry. Yeah. Oh my God. Mike, continue, but I need to get away from this computer for 1 second after you're done.
Damn. Even post-debate, I'm getting interrupted. That's great.
I'm sorry. The demons in my asshole just decided to express their opinion during Joe's speech, half sign off, and my brain, I don't have brain function. It all went to that fart. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, on a serious note, I said this on the other episode, so again, depends on whatever gets released first. But I'm excited to be a part of this project, and I hope this is a good start to 2021. And unlike Chris over here, I actually do hope we get better and not just stay this mediocre nonsense. I hope we can at least be an average podcast. Like, you can kind of listen to it, but really you forget, and then all of a sudden your iPhone memory is filled, and you're like, oh right, because I didn't unsubscribe to them, so now I have all these downloads. Well, let me listen to it again, and then you do it, throughout the year. That's what I hope we can accomplish. You subscribe to us, then you forget about us, and then we come back like a tumor. So to 2021, I'll drink to that. Cheers, guys, and Happy New Year.
Come on.